Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of My Hero Twisting World. It is showtime! So, here today we have our friends in one of the worst places on Earth.
High school?
No. The Heroes Association's headquarters within America.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I forgot you guys were going there.
Isn't that right, you two? Going to meet the fucking green-haired man himself, that little bitch.
Yep.
Yeah. As you can all tell, I'm not a fan of bitches. So, or Dekus, for that matter, which are the same thing in this campaign. So, quiet you. We'll get to you later. So, who's ready for a good time?
Is that a threat or a promise?
You guys pull up to this building. Now, I don't want to say it looks like an evil tower, but it looks like an evil tower. You guys ever played Yakuza Like a Dragon?
No.
I was picturing Lord Business's tower from the original Lego movie.
Similar, yes. Similar to that. It is...
Okay.
It is a huge tower. Specifically, we are talking 137 stories tall. It is a 137-story tall tower. It is in a cylindrical shape, like multiple pillars stacked on top of each other, with massive windows looking out in all directions. It has a massive logo of the Heroes Association on the side of it, just dangling hundreds of feet off of the side of the tower. You can even see some soon-to-be very unfortunate window cleaners cleaning some of the windows. And, well...
Flying by his Mach 5, just fucking blows him off.
What happens next is something you guys...
Blown off guys.
You guys... What'd you say?
Of course this guy's talking about blowing off guys.
Yeah, of course. You guys see it.
I'm sorry, I can't understand four.
In the distance.
You're not rich.
But... what ends up happening is as you guys get closer to it, you realize this is more than just one building. This is about half a city block of smaller buildings around the Heroes Association's headquarters here that are also dedicated to it in a small concrete estate dedicated to the Heroes Association. You guys fly on in as the bus begins to make a beeping noise. Beep, 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 beep. As the bus driver says, "Shit, they've got missile lock on us."
The bus has a missile detector.
I'll look towards the hero in the situation. Don't you have like a call code you can call in or something?
"I've got a better idea," he says.
Dive bomb!
He walks up to the front of the bus next to the doorway. As you see this missile come from the ground and begin to track you guys, as he leans out the side of the bus.
Stop the missile. He's gonna blow it up.
Points his finger at it, and it just explodes in the air. And he closes the door.
Do they shoot any more missiles?
No. They know better.
I think they get the message.
That is.
"Nice job, explosive dynamite," the bus driver says. With a long sigh, Dynamite here says, "Yeah. Yes, indeed," his wife says, wrapping her arms around his neck. "Nice job, explosive dynamite," she says with a chuckle. "You people make me sick sometimes."
What do you mean by you people?
Bus drivers. As you guys land in the middle of this estate next to a large statue of Deku himself. In the center of the estate, holding a symbol of peace. Literally, the peace symbol, disarm nuclear. It is a fountain, as well as a statue. And you guys land right in front of that. The bus is unhappy with the missiles, however, it is happy that it is still alive, considering what has happened to it recently.
Nearly got erased from existence.
You step off the bus. And the bus driver says, I'll be waiting here while you guys are gone. Gotta take care of the bus. Also stop it from eating the statue.
Looks over, just nibbling on the corner of the statue.
No! It's not food. It's tin. As you guys step out, and this is
These things even eat.
everything.
What if they just got acidic, super acidic enzymes?
And
Think goat
kind
mentality.
of, yeah. They don't have stomach acid. They have they digest things like a bug. So there you go.
Bit of
Okay.
acid and just slurp up the juice.
So what ends up happening is Dynamite here says, today cannot get any worse. All right, all of you, follow me.
Yeah, that
You guys,
Follow.
assuming walk in, he swipes a card at the door and the automatic doors open for him. Wow, this place looks amazing. It is a huge foyer, similar to the foyer of the, I would describe it similar to the red, like the foyer from Sundowner's facility in Metal Gear Rising. It's like this huge place with a bunch of glass cases on the walls with a bunch of guns in them. It's got some turrets up top that are like display turrets that are clearly still loaded with ammunition and with some guards next to them. There's a big front desk with a woman kind of scratching her chin at the front desk. She herself is a hero. You recognize her. She's number 23rd hero. Swift Paper. She has the ability to control paper. She's wearing a business suit with a dress skirt, long stockings, and high heels, as well as a black mask that covers most of her face, and a large rebreather on. And she looks up at you, and the rebreather comes off of her face as she puts it down on the table, and she says, hello there, what can we do for you, Mr. Dynamite? I need the meeting room. Oh, I don't think you're scheduled for anything today. Is this a field trip? She says, looking at all of you.
Yes.
It is? Oh.
We're here for some extracurriculars from UA.
Oh. Some papers float in front of her as she looks at the papers and looks at you too. And she slowly, waves her hand and the papers fly down. I suppose that can be allowed. The meeting room is on floor 121. Perfect. He holds out his hand for something, and she says, the elevator's out. No. He says, no. I had to say something. I just had to say something.
Bitch.
He slowly begins looking towards the stairwell. Are you sure? He says. Yes, she nods. Alright, kids, time for your daily cardio. Time to walk up 121 flights of stairs.
Okay.
This is gonna my knees are gonna be shot after this one.
Why is the elevator out? He says, slowly walking towards the stairwell. Unfortunately, there was a bit of an accident with it recently. It currently weighs about 3 pounds, so it's unable to move right now, and it won't stop floating. Fucking goddamn American bastards. Fuck that guy. You hear him say under his breath. As you get into a stairwell. This is a very long stairway. You know the scene from Ghostbusters where they're climbing up the entire stairwell?
Yeah,
You know how far they climbed?
a lot.
47 flights. You got over double that.
Almost triple.
Almost triple. Good luck. As you guys start walking.
Montage music starts playing.
Fucking, you're over here. Fucking, the Rocky music starts playing. Dun 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 dun. It just shows fucking snapshots.
Actually playing through the PA system.
No, that's copyright. They can't use that. Actually, it's not copyright anymore, but they still won't use it.
I was about to say, that thing's over 200 years old. I'm sure that copyright is run out.
Yeah, no.
As it just shows shots of you guys out of breath. Dynamite here eventually just starts to carry his wife as her feet get tired, she says. She literally says that. She says, my feet are tired. Carry me. He picks her up.
Obliges.
Why isn't there a secondary elevator in this building? What kind of idiot made this building? Fuck. Who does this to a man? Is this worse than that time VHS trapped me in an infinite loop of the same damn hallway? At least I could blow up the hallway. Eventually, with time, you get to the top. It takes 45 minutes to get to the top.
Lovely.
And that's 45 minutes of your life you're going to have to spend going down.
Yep.
But eventually, you get to near the top of this massive tower. There's only about 30 floors above you. Or not even 20. Not even 10. And you get into a long hallway. He barges the door open and says, I hate stairs, he says, putting his wife down.
Fuck. That was
Sarah
bad.
That was significantly unpleasant, he says. Meanwhile, this guy over here just sipping some tea. That was alright.
Yeah, I'm drinking my stamina tea.
I'm sure David's fine.
David's like...
David doesn't even feel it.
Well, that was annoying.
Sarah's just over vomiting.
It was just a waste of time.
Oh, you do see those two? We'll get to those two in a second. Because Dynamite turns towards the hallway and walks, but David is carrying a unconscious Sarah. And he says, well, that was a waste of time. Why can't any of us fly? That would be great. Cole, just use your barrier to float upwards.
That's not how friction works.
How the fuck does a helicopter
just use
work?
your negative friction on the air, silly goose.
How does a helicopter work?
Air currents.
Oh shit, yeah, that's right. I'm so dumb sometimes, he says with a smile. Anyways, Sarah, you alright? This is the place I see in my nightmares. This is the place I see in my nightmares. Someone just hit me with a stair quirk. Someone just hit me with a stair quirk, guys. I don't think I'm gonna make it. Oh god.
This is
So with the MCS
Okay.
it fucking crazy stairs.
Look,
Crazy
it could have been. And you know, this can't be as bad as that time where the sixth captain made us go travel 300,000 miles in like a 30-foot hallway.
A 10-foot hallway, and yes. 300,000 miles just stops.
And we're just like, alright, I got an idea. Hold on, we'll clear this in about two rounds.
So, David says, I just think how bad it is going to be going down. Oh, no.
going down is a lot better than going up, though.
So, you guys walk to the end of this very clean white hallway. You feel tension immediately. Emotions rack this place. As at the end of the hallway is a pair of velvety red doors. The only thing that stands out as having color that is not cool color variety. And he pushes open these doors and says, "Alright, I need to..." Inside. Inside of these doors, there's something. 3 people in a meeting room. You have 1. An older man with a large beard, large white beard. He's American, quite clearly. He's got slicked back white hair. He's not balding at all. He's got a big business suit on. He's about 6
That's how
foot
I
8.
like them.
He's about 6 foot 8. He's really muscular and tall. Although he's clearly very old, probably somewhere in his 70s. And he turns around and looks at you all. As sitting down in front of him is Yuri on one side of the table and Deku on the other. And they both have like pieces of paper in their hand and they're kind of looking at it and talking and writing as Dynamite comes in and says his line. As all 3 of them look at you guys.
Them?
You look at them.
Yeah.
Oh, Deku says, come to join the meeting on, He looks at the paper. What is this again? I wasn't paying attention. Ah, yes. Come to join the meeting on the etiquette of baking cooked goods within the Heroes Association.
This...
Housekeeping.
We were just agreeing on if no-bake brownies should be allowed.
I like how you
That
said
was the
this.
debate.
I like how the last session you mentioned that you were interrupting a very important meeting.
How do you know he's not lying right now? He could be trying to cover what the fuck they were actually talking about.
Sure.
Well, you
Inside
think
this bitch.
you think Deku has the capabilities to lie?
I would hope. Since it's his whole fucking life. And
Mans couldn't keep a secret.
go.
Mans couldn't keep the biggest secret from the one from literally a single person for more than like 3 weeks.
as Yuri like slicks back his hair and says, "Yes, I am quite the fan of no-bake brownies. How about you?" No,
They're horrible.
you're a psychopath, Deku says, looking him directly in the eyes. They're one of the worst.
I agree. I take out my green sloshy soup like tea and I go, I agree, that shit is ass, and I take a sip.
What, the no-bake brownies?
Yeah, this shit is like cancer. what I'm currently drinking is probably more cancerous than any no-bake brownies. However, I stand on the fact that no-bake brownies are fucking horrible.
Here he says. Well, alright, sex god Dynamite, what do you want?
There. Cole would say, oh, they're not too bad. They're pretty good when, you know, it takes you forever to cook something.
Why are you out of breath?
We just had to walk 120 flights of stairs.
Deku looks at you guys and says, wait, oh yeah, the elevator's out.
Oh yeah, the elevator's out.
Oh, it's nice. He needs a second to coast himself. You know, like, clears his throat a bit. Takes a few deep breaths.
Do we have any sparkling water?
Deku, like, walks up to Dynamite here and, like, waves his hand in front of his face. Says, hello? He's broken. Oh.
I think the stairs got to him.
I'll look at Bakugo.
He's finally broken. I don't even know what I did. Like, he I guess he's just. Well,
Still carrying his wife, by the way.
Yes, he is. She's like looking up at him as he's just got like a very blank expression on his face, and he says, What did Yuri just call me? Huh? Yuri says, oh, you know, what I assume your wife calls you. Sex god, explosive murder, dynamite.
Oh no.
Wow. Dynamite says, dropping his wife. I'm numb with rage. Like, I've never really felt like this before.
Insert TFS Vegeta. You know?
I was about to say. Unfortunately, all this pride is overshadowed by this unyielding rage.
I'm going to start beating you now. I don't know if I'll be able to stop.
As he sits down at the table and says, I'm gonna think about this later, not right now. These boys have something very important to tell you. Jakku, he says, begrudgingly saying his name. Something important, he says, turning towards you. What can the youth of this great country possibly need to tell me that isn't studying?
Okay. Mr. Deku, you might want to sit down for this one.
He sits back down. Is it something important?
Yes. Yeah, very important. I'm gonna ask you. I'm just gonna cut right to the point. I'm gonna ask you a question. Now, you're probably gonna freak out at the first one and the second one. So, I'm just gonna throw it at you. Okay? Yeah, holds up a thumbs up.
Okay.
Ready?
Yes.
Could you tell me the name of your daughter?
Well, of course I can. I'm the one who named her. Her name is, Her name is... Hold on, wait. Her name is... That's weird, I don't know her name.
Okay. I'm also going to ask you a second question before you dwell on that too much. Can you tell me the name of her mother?
Yes, of course. Her mother's name is... I remember where I met her mother. I met her in... I Huh. I don't remember that either. That's odd, as someone used a quirk on me.
I think so. Okay. So, I've heard about the incident regarding your daughter. She's alive.
No, I'm certain she is dead.
No, it's complicated. Okay, so there was how far were we from UA's headquarters when we were attacked?
Pretty far. You were, like, still in California at the time.
Where are we now?
You were in Washington.
Okay, so yeah, we're pretty far.
Yeah, you're pretty far.
Okay, so when we were flying over here, the UA America's branch, UA's bus driver, the former hero who can spawn demons.
Yes?
We were attacked. Is Sarah conscious by now?
Yes, Sarah's conscious and he's,
Okay.
like, wiping his forehead, but he's alright.
We were attacked by a weird individual by the name of have you ever heard of someone called Saris before?
Saris? Cannot say I have, no.
She what about I know Explosion Murder God Dynamite over here heard of this quirk before. Do you know of the quirk Psychopomp? Psychopomp?
Yes, it was used by a lesser villain at one point, a man by the name of, Kuro, I believe?
Kuro, okay. Well, we got me and us four, and I'll kind of like point to our group here. We got into a bit of a scuffle with someone with a group called the Price Gang. The quirkless bank robbers.
Yes, I've heard of them.
We got into a bit of a scuffle with them because there was an incident at UA that we uncovered. So we got, since no one was really there, the counselor kind of tasked us with trying to figure out what was going on.
Of course she did. Well, go on, yes.
We went to go investigate. We figured out that through the villains that were at UA, that they were hired by the Price Gang to go and get pictures of the new students to get intel on them. Not sure why yet, but the Price Gang were stationed at the Western Airport by where UA is located. We found them there. Well, okay, so this is gonna... You've, considering what number 3 here has said, you know of someone called VHS?
Yes.
Has Cole, like, how notorious is this VHS? Like,
well, is Cole actually into, like, the work of, like, heroes in the media and, like, fighting against villains, or is he only on, like, the economic and, like the business level of heroes?
Oh no, he is big time into, like, the, like, actual, like, hero stuff.
In that case, yeah, you would know, like, about VHS.
That's his whole thing. Man doesn't have money. You think he knows economics? He's literally homeless.
Hey, some of the best mathematicians and economic specialists in the world were probably homeless at one point. So, Okay, VHS is a notorious villain. You would know about this. In fact, all of you probably would. VHS is a notorious villain. He is well known for being one of the deadliest villains of all time. He has multiple abilities from his quirk, and each of them is deadlier than the last. First one that he has been shown to do is when he pushes a button on any sort of remote control, cell phone or anything, for 6 seconds, he seems to be able to teleport. Or just completely defy the laws of physics, including teleport stuff around him in different positions.
Okay.
Next one, he seems to be able to defy the laws of physics, as in he can physically stop any force that is coming to him, including gravity. He can fly. And the next one, he is immune to some uses of some quirks, which has very interesting effects on him, including sometimes giving him the ability to walk through walls, or know things that he shouldn't be able to know, as some quirks are rendered useless on him.
Right.
It's unknown how his quirk entirely works, however he is a very dangerous and notorious villain, and you're actually talking to one of the people who has fought him previously, and you were in the bus of one of the people who put him away in prison in America.
Oh, interesting.
This was years ago.
Right.
So go on, what were you going to say?
So, since you know about people like VHS, villains like VHS, you know about abilities that can manipulate time.
Indeed, yes.
I think some time manipulation is going on with this Ceres individual.
Ceres.
I have been through events twice because of her, I'm pretty sure. You see, and as number 3 here can attest to, as well as the rest of these, my friends here, we were able to discern specific details about the Price Gang's operation inside that airport before we went there, because I've went through it once already.
And how does Psychopomp come into this?
Well, when I talked to this individual, because the reason we even repeated the situation was because we kind of died, or I think at least I did, and it put us back about an hour ago before everything happened. But before that, I got sent to this weird fugue plane. It was like a train station where this Ceres individual was there talking about me violating the laws of reality or something by not staying dead, saying how me being there was a mistake or something, and I would have been dead if it wasn't for your daughter.
My daughter is there?
Yeah, she helped me escape. It's the only reason I'm still here in the first place.
What they
There
say
was one
is
other.
true.
There was one other thing she said.
What is it?
I don't know. I'm familiar with all of your accomplishments and I'm not sure entirely what she meant by this, but she said that she has your quirk.
His eyes go wide. He says, "What?"
I'm not sure what that meant. I mean, I've never seen you throw out barriers before.
No, that's
But-
not what she meant. Fuck. The whole world's doomed. I may be exaggerating a little bit. You should have kept it in your pants, Dynamite says, lifting his head off the table, taking a deep breath. You probably should have, yeah, he says, nodding. As Yuri says, time manipulation ability, he says, looking up from the paper. Fuck, Deku, I'm your guy. I'll have that fixed up in a jiffy. Deku looks at the table and he says,
Well, I think there's a bit of an issue.
"This is not right." What's the issue? Yuri says, "What's
That woman, well, it's hard to say she was a woman. I think she was a guy before based on what a little crow told us.
a shapeshifter?" Yuri says, raising an eyebrow.
How did the crow describe his figure before? Because the crow said he was a guy before.
Yeah, the crow said
Sarah was the guy.
that this thing, right? This thing is like, it's not a guy or a girl. It's like a creature that shapeshifts itself.
Yeah.
And that he said that it wasn't that girl before, it was an Asian guy before. Because remember,
And
Ceres
was
looks
she
like
also Asian?
No, Ceres looks like she's
Sarah's
American.
also Asian?
No, Ceres looks like
Okay.
she's an American.
Apparently, the form we saw her in, she looked like just like an average American girl. But apparently, from what this guy told us, when he met her, she was a he, and he was some sort of Asian guy.
That does sound like Psychopump's ability. But Psychopump doesn't have the ability to... Let me explain. Do you know how Psychopump originally worked?
Not as far as I'm aware.
Basically, it takes the form...
But if you want to talk about quirk abilities, I kind of like look over towards Grayskull. This is the guy you should be talking to.
Hmm? Oh yeah, that's right. I had completely forgotten I stopped your execution.
Ah!
Grayskull, he says, reaching towards you. You would be the perfect one to do all this.
How?
You, my friend, are the solution we've all been looking for all this time.
I'd rather not waste my lifespan.
I'm not saying you gotta use your quirk.
You're a liar.
I don't lie. Just like
Something a liar would say.
just like heroes never die.
Exactly.
Yuri
You
chuckles. Oh, come on now, Representative. We both know that heroes always get remembered. But, he says, pointing to himself, it's legends that never die.
I
Anyways.
don't even know who you are. Look, you be a legend. I go to UA and I don't know who you are.
That's because you are an ignorant little... Anyways, Deku says, cutting him off. If you know about quirks, we might have a thing here. Alright, let me explain the situation. I don't know what's going on, but I know what Psychopump originally did. Psychopump was a crazy-ass quirk. It was used by a minor villain, though. It didn't really have any direct combat capabilities, but it was dangerous. Basically... A Psychopomp was an ability which let the user touch a dead body and be able to turn into an exact copy of that corpse.
Yeah.
It was a very powerful quirk, as you could think. It was used on one of my teachers in the past. After his passing. It was not.
No.
Where's
your head retired?
I do in fact remember the principal acting weird that day in particular. So, yes, he says, holding his hands together. That's what it originally did. We don't know the original identity of the Psychopomp user, as they also take on personality traits of the last person they touched who is dead as well. So, whoever originally had it is long lost. It's more of a creature shapeshifting around. Well, it was until Yuri here killed him dead, Yuri says with a smile. About 10 years ago. They were hard to get a hold of and they were causing a massive issue, so I got rid of them. And it was in the Pacific Ocean, so it was perfectly legal, he says with a smirk.
What did you say about, you grabbed her, if I remember, right, Adam? You mentioned something about her quirk?
Oh, it's insanely powerful.
Hmm?
It is about 3 times Maximan's.
Damn, that's...
If not more.
Maxman has 1,000 points.
He's saying each quirk is about 3 times, and he's right.
Yeah.
He says, oh, wow, that is quite something. That is, wow, Deku says, that is truly magnificently unfortunate. As
And
you've
apparently,
touched
she wants me dead pretty damn bad.
Well, I think she's going to get you dead if we don't do something.
Well, okay. There's a... I think she does have a weakness. Although... I don't know if you could... It's a bit of a strength and a weakness. I'm not exactly sure how I would classify it. I think she can only exist in the between the time that I die and the time that was rewound. She had a stopwatch that was going. She kept looking at it during our little scuffle.
Is this true? She says, looking at you. He says, looking at you, Gray Skull. Is it true? You touched her, correct?
Yeah. I grabbed her and threw her at the back of the bus.
But you couldn't see her is the issue.
I couldn't see her, but I did wrap my arms around her. There was something there.
Yeah, that's another thing. She was completely invisible to everyone but me and Sarah.
Well, I guess I should fill you guys in on what else is happening here, because I'm sure you have questions. Yes?
Well, yeah.
Allow me to explain. First, as far as this Ceres, or Kuro, or whatever that shape-shifting thing is that wants you dead, and it's clearly quite aggressive in doing it, I'm not sure. While I'm sure Yuri here would have them executed, I still feel as if we probably have to at least interrogate them and put them in prison. So, just...
How do you... someone in prison who can stop their existence?
Exactly, Yuri says. He's always like this. We're using up taxpayer dollars on convicts. Yuri shakes his head. Damn, Dynamite says. And I'm supposed to be the explosive one.
Unless there was...
Abolish taxes.
Hold on, Deku says, putting a hand on your shoulder. Both of your shoulders. Hey, Grayskull.
Wait,
Do I get the robotic one?
Grayskull.
wait,
Do I
hold
get
on a minute.
Do I get
Hold
the
on a minute.
robotic arm?
Both of our shoulders?
He does, yes.
He goes
He can't
through
touch
my
him.
barrier.
He does, immediately, yes.
Huh?
I go, oh my...
Well,
I
kinda.
look at Sarah, I go,
Kinda.
he's like you!
Well, kinda. Kinda, in a way. So... Let me go over what happens with your barrier, then I'll tell Grayskull what he finds out. He doesn't go through your barrier, but his hand does.
Huh? What does that mean?
As
He uses
in,
his hand.
he's not, apparently. When he pushes forwards, it just cuts through your barrier like it doesn't exist. But when your barrier gets to like his sleeve, it begins to pull his sleeve up and push the skin on his arm away.
Huh?
Like from the tip of his hand to like slightly below his wrists is immune to your barrier.
Okay.
I
I'm guessing. I am guessing.
Work.
I am guessing. Is he immune to auto misses?
He is.
Figures.
However, he's not immune to your saving throw ability. He's not immune to your saving
I
throw.
would hope so.
However, on the other one,
I might need to make an ability in the future that gets around auto missing immunity.
that's probably pretty good. Now, the other one, hey, first of all, Grayskull, bro, my man.
What's his quirk?
This man don't got no fucking quirk.
This man don't got no fucking quirk, I touch him!
I touch him!
I touch him!
This man got no fucking quirk.
Well, question answer.
So you're saying he wants a quirk?
No.
Alright, what kind of quirk does he want?
I don't think so.
You can breathe underwater. You can only breathe poison gas.
You can only breathe poison gas. That's deep.
He's got a green musk. He's got a green musk about him.
It's kind of naturally. Yeah, you
Just
realize.
gives him like.
He's got a green aura with flies.
Just give him 300 points worth of flavor abilities.
Flavor.
Oh yeah. Any food that you cook, you can increase the Scoville units in it by 2 million. And a person has to pass your Constitution saving throw, and if they do, they get 10 immunities to fire.
For sure that's over the threshold of points, but
Yes, it is. So, he touches your shoulder, and yeah, you feel he has no quirk, and he says, "Listen, let me explain what I know. We can put our heads together, and everything will be all right. Trust me. Heroes always think before acting."
No, they don't.
Will we turn to Deku or Bakugo?
No, they don't. Dynamite
I mean,
says,
well, also you can think Deku, because Deku did indeed charge forward into a fight where he was
He
like, I don't
is
know what I'm
wa-
doing.
he is wiser and he is older now. Okay.
look, that was so. Is the moniker a hero? The first sign of a hero is someone who jumps into action without thinking. Is that not the
is
moniker
that
anymore?
just thrown out now?
Of course, this is Deku has had to survive in my world. He's learned a few things. All right.
Yeah, that's why I jumped headfirst into combat. Oh,
No,
there's
no,
three
see-
guys with a minigun looking at me. I'm gonna run forward.
Cole
found out the hard way about what happens when that happens.
Exactly. And it was just one guy too.
I could dodge it. You know what? Maybe not.
Wait, you know what's crazy? I could have easily survived that. I just got shit luck.
Yeah, I just rolled really well. I just rolled super well. So, okay.
Like it was like a matter of like 10 hit points of whether I died.
Deku here says, so, Let me explain a couple things. As Grayskull here has probably noticed, I do not have a quirk myself.
You want one?
No, I do not.
Why not?
I've already tried. It causes horrible side effects.
It comes with free cancer.
Yeah, that's not free. That is not free.
Actually, no, it actually doesn't come with cancer because you have no quirk.
No, it unfortunately does cause weird mutations within my hands.
It'll cause weird mutations. That's not cancer.
I don't know.
That's called 3 points.
That's called a tumor, which is mostly.
Yeah, that's not cancer.
I'm a tumor.
Anyhow, I do not have a quirk, but unfortunately, as we found out later in life, my quirk is not in my physical genetics. It is still within the genetics that I pass on to my children.
Yeah.
It's in his balls.
And he says,
like your soul?
No, you see the human body and its genetics, it works in two ways. You basically have two pairs of genetics. Your actual genetics and the genetics you pass on to your children. At the time, I did not know that my quirk was still in existence in the genetics I pass on to my children. I had believed it was completely gone, but it is not. As a few years after my daughter was born, she exhibited properties of a mutated form of her mother's quirk and a direct copy of my own, although this one was more biologically based, other than the naturally sourced way I gained mine originally, he says, looking off to the left.
There's just a picture of All Might hanging there.
I grab a piece of his hair.
No, that's not gonna work. No, he looks off to the left. We just see a thought bubble of All Might just going like, "Hey, thumbs up."
Totally buff All Might, just
million watt smile.
By the way, I'm not part of your imagination. I died. I'm a ghost.
Like right after you left the hospital.
We got Ghost Might now.
Yeah, Ghost Might. But no seriousness, he looks off to the left. And he looks at like a photo of like the entire cast of the show. In this room, like in the entire cast of A1 as well as All Might standing in the background, and he like looks off to the left and looks back at you and says, "Anyways, so unfortunately she did." Yes. What?
Hold on, actually, here's a question. Is there a weird omission from that photo?
There is not.
There is not. So,
but you do notice.
Chaka's just there.
Because we tried to look this up before.
You are correct. However, I'm assuming you like look at the photo.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you approach the photo.
Yeah, like as soon as like he like looks at it, and I look at it because Bakugo here said that she was in their class.
But he doesn't remember.
Yeah.
This photo is holographic.
A hologram.
Indeed. And you look at this, and yeah, there's no like exclusion. It's not affected.
Anyone that would look like
that
Deku's daughter's mom?
That specific female?
Yeah, look, like, you know, I look like any like weird, like, I was like, that one looks familiar.
Unfortunately, Deku was not able to beat the allegations.
He was not able to beat the allegations.
Unfortunately, because yes, there is. Standing near the center of the class in total, there is one of them. A woman who looks very similar. Although this was clearly taken a couple of years after we see the show, you can still see it. It was a reunion class, apparently, as you can see class reunion in the background on a huge banister. He didn't beat the allegations. Although, The name still doesn't come to you.
Who is this? It kind of looks like her.
Ah, yes, that... Who the fuck is that? He says. That... I know this girl. Dynamite stands up and looks at the picture. Yes, as do I. I'm pretty sure that's the girl you married. No. Yes? No? I don't know. Well, clearly this psychopomp is affecting us with some sort of memory alteration, and the fact that their quirk is able to do that and allow them to shapeshift into any creature they so wish, including a fucking gerbil thing?
Yeah, that's the one thing I noticed about this coming back stuff. This rewind, it took a part of me. Like, like my quirk got weaker. And I think it might have taken memories from the other two, from your, well, wife and your daughter.
Well, that's probably pretty bad.
I will be back.
Yes, I also have to run to the bathroom as well. Let me cut recording here.